Alright, here's a review of how to use commas correctly. We've already talked about some of these things, using commas to separate items in a list of 3 or more, using commas to separate independent clauses or complete thoughts or complete sentences, using a conjunction such as fanboys, using a comma to separate a dependent clause or an incomplete thought, which would be a fragment on its own, from an independent clause or complete thought without a conjunction. So number 4 is using a comma to separate an introductory element from the rest of the sentence. This is sort of similar to the dependent clause, since dependent clauses often come in the beginning, but it could also be something like yes, sorry, well, however, wait, unfortunately. So the example, hi, how are you? Those are 2 different thoughts. So hi is the introduction, comma, how are you is the rest of the sentence. Number 5, use a comma to separate any word or phrase from the rest of the sentence that is not essential to the sentence's meaning. This phrase usually provides extra information about the subject. This is called an A positive. So it's when you're restating something in another way. So for example, my brother, a 26-year-old male, is watching TV. So the non-essential information you're offsetting, the description, the A positive, is a 26-year-old male, because that's describing brother. It's describing another part of the sentence. You could take it out, and that would still be a complete thought. That's how you know it's non-essential, not essential. So you have to, 26-year-old male, offset it with commas. Amy Rivers, comma, my best friend, comma, is going to the mall today. So my best friend is the non-essential information, so you offset it by commas. You could delete it and say Amy Rivers is going to the mall today, and that would be fine. Alright, so there are the examples. And then finally, number 6, use a comma to separate a quotation from the rest of a sentence. So this is in terms of dialogue, but this is also in terms of quoting research or quoting text that you are using in a paper. So, we need to buy more sugar, comma, because that's the end of the quote. She said, comma, because next is the beginning of a quote. So anytime that you are separating what's inside quotation marks from narration or the rest of the sentence, you offset it with a comma. So like, I am tired, comma, he muttered, or he said, comma, we need to lower taxes. It's offsetting. And the quotation always goes at the end of the sentence inside of the quotation mark. So you wouldn't say, I am tired, quotation, comma. That's incorrect. You put it inside. Alright. There is information about using commas correctly. You can go ahead and practice the example sentences based on your odd or even desk.